It's time for Michigan's retirement coach, Mike Douglas.
Mike Douglas, how many different ways are there to file for Social Security? Aren't there over like 500 ways to file for Social Security?
So many ways to file for Social Security.
So many ways. Just saying so many ways is exhausting. Think about all the ways you can file for Social Security, which I think it's tragic because there's so many ways. That means there's so many ways to mess it up. Something that you as a hardworking American have been paying into for decades. And with one simple misstep, you can mess yourself up. And I've heard stories from other financial advisors and people in the industry talking about how you can't fix it in some cases. Once it's done, it's done. So let's get into it. This is certified financial planner, Michigan's retirement coach, Mike Douglas. I'm Heather Branch, here with Mike to ask him about some Social Security planning and strategy options that you might have. You can begin the conversation with Mike and his team about your customized retirement income plan. Do that at michigansretirementcoach.com. We also have links posted in the show notes. We have been talking for years about the solvency of Social Security as a program and the crisis that could ensue if we see Washington do nothing. And of course, these politicians, they've got careers of their own to save, so they don't want to be the guy that comes in and changes things. So we've got Washington working against us, Mike. We've got the Social Security system being complicated. We've got the financial industry not being here for us. But this is where you come in as an independent financial advisor to help us figure it out. A recent survey by the Nationwide Retirement Institute actually found 72% worry their benefits, that Social Security benefits are going to run out in their lifetime. And it's in fact now leading many people to taking Social Security at the earliest age possible, 62. I guess that's not the earliest age possible, but for retirees,
right,
62.
Yeah, you can get a widow's benefit at 60. There are some younger benefits, but your own benefit, correct, at 62.
Okay. Even though it means a smaller check if you take it at 62, in your opinion, what do you think the reality is as far as Social Security's future goes? And more importantly, how can you help people figure out how and when the right time is to claim?
So there's a couple of things we need to factor in.
Okay.
Let's get like the big albatross out of the way. Like, is it going to go insolvent? When I first got into the industry, they would say 2041 is when we're going to run out of Social Security, or when it's going to go upside down. Mm-hmm. Then it came down to 2037, then 2035. Now it's 2032, and that's 7 years away. That's really close. Mm-hmm. So there's a host of reasons why it's happening. People say it's just because of robbing Peter to pay Paul. That's part of it. They say that it's because the younger generation is not paying in at the full scale that the older generation paid in or is withdrawing. There's truth to that. There's also the fact that Social Security in its creation wasn't designed to last and pay out as long as it is. That's true. There's also the factor of people are having less kids than they were 30, 40 years ago. Mm-hmm. That's true. Mm-hmm. So there's a host of reasons all paying in, factoring into why Social Security has issues.
Okay.
And then there's this other weird one, which is the fact that the Social Security Trust Fund has not been invested in the market. It's been invested in very low return government treasuries over the past 80 years.
Okay.
Which is interesting because a study just came out and said that had it been invested in the S&P 500 this whole time, there would be no shortage. There'd be no issue.
Okay.
But here's what's interesting. The government collects a Social Security tax from you. They put it into the Social Security Trust Fund, and then they buy government treasuries with that government trust fund. Mm-hmm. So
does anybody feel a little weird about this?
It's not even like a robbing Peter to pay Paul. It's like scratching each other's back type thing. Like it's a weird thing. Whereas if they had just bought in the S&P 500, it would have averaged 10% over the last 100 years and really done well and not been in the situation it's in.
And it would have been investing in American businesses.
Yeah,
which is
absolutely
kind of like what it should be doing. But we digress.
Yeah, feeding back into the machine.
Yeah.
So that's where we sit. The unfunded liabilities, Medicare, Medicaid, Social Security benefits promised to pay. It's a crazy high number, over 100. I think it's over $120 trillion now.
Okay.
You can check usdebtclock.org and it'll tell you exactly that number. It's a really high number.
Yeah.
So that being said, What do we think is going to happen? We can opine. Is it going to run out? Are they going to cut the benefits? They are telling us on their website without major reform, they're going to be cutting benefits by up to 20% in 2032. Mm-hmm. So we need major Social Security reform, which never happens. I know President Trump's taking a run at some things. We'll see what happens there. Mm-hmm. I don't know how all the pieces can work together in sync, but if nothing else, at least it's nice to hear someone take a crack at trying to fix it. I'm not saying it's the right way or the wrong way, but we've known this is an issue for a long time.
Right.
And nobody through 2008, 12, 16, 20, nobody did anything about it over the last 4 or 5 elections. And yet here we sit 7 years out from it. Spending has gone up. Debt has gone up. The amount of people filing for Social Security has gone way up. We are in what's called peak 65. More people turning 65 every day than ever in our history. Mm-hmm. We are at a major turning point for Social Security.
Okay.
So should you take it now or should you take it later? Back to the core question.
Yeah. When
do I take it?
Right.
Well, it needs a couple of things you need to know. Number one, if you're still working, you're still earning active income. Uh-huh. There's an income limit if you take it out before your full retirement age. When is your full retirement age? Well, if you're born 1960 or later, your full retirement age is age 67. Mm-hmm. If you're born before that, there's a sliding scale of between 65 and 66, but you're pretty much there.
Okay. So
if you take it before your full retirement age, then there is an income limit. Right now it's about $21,000, I believe, a year. And I'm probably going to put the number's not exactly right, and then someone's going to comment on it that's the wrong number. It's about that number.
Okay.
And you put it in, and if you earn above that limit, for every $2 over, they withhold $1 of Social Security. So that's how that's going to work. So if you earn $50,000, $60,000, you shouldn't have taken Social Security. You should have let it roll up by 8%. Because they're going to withhold so much of it from you. And then starting at age 70 over your life expectancy, they'll pay it back. It's a messed up system.
Okay.
So don't go over the income limit if you are receiving Social Security.
Right. Okay.
Number 2, you need to know about provisional income tax. It's the equation they created to tax your Social Security benefits. If you are earning a high level, still working, even if you're 67 or older, you're still earning, you're at a high level, they're going to tax your Social Security up to 85% of it. Just know that and decide whether it makes sense. It doesn't mean you shouldn't take it, because checks that clear are better than checks that are promised.
Okay.
But they may be taxing your Social Security very heavily. So know how provisional income tax affects you. Number 3, should you just take it and save it? Right. So let's say that at 62, let's take the easiest, cleanest scenario.
Okay.
At age 62, you retire. You do not have any extra income. And you say, should I take my Social Security? I don't really need it right now, but I'm thinking about taking it. Well, if I wait, it grows by 8%, mm-hmm. right? My income goes up by 8% every year that I let it sit and wait. Mm-hmm. Is that better than taking it, investing it, throw it in the S&P and see if it can get you 7, 8, 9, 10% per year of return, but also get in the cash? A lot of clients come in and they say, well, if I wait, I'm 62 now and my benefit is $2,200, whatever the number is. Mm-hmm. But if I wait till full retirement age, it's going to be $2,900. So if I wait 5 years, then I will get that. So let's make it easier numbers. 2,000 of benefit and even 3,000 at full retirement age. Okay.
Okay.
So I'm going to get $24,000 a year at 62, 24,000 at 63, 24,000 at 64, 24,000 at 65, 24,000 at 66. I'm going to get $120,000 over these 5 years.
Right.
And if I don't need it and I just invest it in the S&P and let it earn 7, 8, 9, 10%, whatever it earns over time, mm-hmm. is that better than waiting for 5 years, turning it on at 67 and getting an extra $1,000 a month, right? $36,000. That's $12,000 a year. Well, I've got $120,000 plus the interest it earned in 5 years, or an extra $1,000 a month, $12,000 a year. Mm-hmm. So it's going to take me 10 years of extra income to make up for this money, plus the interest I could have earned in the market.
Okay.
So there's a case to be made that if you save it and invest it, you will earn or do better than the 8%.
Okay.
And also, you're just getting money in the bank account before they potentially cut your benefits.
Got it. Yep.
I tend to lean that way.
Okay.
I also would rather use the Social Security accounts than use my own accounts. We pay in for so many years. You pay into your Social Security account, right? You work, you're taxed, they take it. The sooner you can start getting it back, the sooner you get your money back.
Right.
So that's the whole idea there. So if you can take back as much as possible, I typically like taking it earlier whenever possible, unless you're going to go over those income limits and trigger a bunch of taxation or withholdings.
Right. Okay.
Most importantly, though, when you take Social Security, it needs to be done as part of a comprehensive retirement income strategy because it's not this siloed decision. Right? People want a siloed answer. Should I take it now or wait? I don't know. Do you have a pension? Well, yeah, I have a pension. Okay, great. What are your expenses? Well, my expenses are $5,000 a month. Excuse me, my pension is $3,000 a month. My Social Security is $2,000 a month. So wait, if I get pension and Social Security, it covers all my expenses, allowing all my other investments to grow and not be needed for income. Is that better than withdrawing $2,000 a month net after taxes to cover my expenses? So I have to pull out like $3,000 a month. Like there's a lot of factors in there.
Got it.
And on top of that, if you can take your pension and your Social Security and it covers everything you need through guaranteed income streams, why would you rip from your investments that could be earning your rates of return in the market? Or you can be converting to Roth and letting grow tax-free. There's a lot of other options there. But at the same time, there are some scenarios where it makes sense to wait. If you have a age gap, quite an age gap between husband and wife, and let's say the husband is 15 years older than the wife, they don't need the money right now. But by allowing his benefit to grow to age 70, the survivorship benefit for this much younger wife would be greater.
Okay.
That might make sense.
Okay. Got it.
And so I wish there was a simple turn it on at 62.
So what you're saying is, should we take our Social Security early? Maybe. Should we wait? Maybe.
Right. And then and all those things I talked about, the income limit, the provisional income tax, the save it and get, rate of return, all those things, that has nothing to do with whether or not they cut benefits in 7 years.
Right. That's
just strictly regular old planning.
Right.
That's assuming it's going to be here. Then it's all good. Then if you want to enhance it with the fact that, golly, what if they cut benefits in 7 years? Maybe I should just take it now, get it while you can get it. And then in the future, when they cut benefits, I recalibrate. But at least I squirreled away every Social Security payment they would give me until then. So if they cut my benefits in the future, I can pull from that account if needed.
Right.
There's that side of it. So there is not a simple yes or no answer, but I can tell you this. It's a discussion that has to be had. And I think I should probably note this because people all the time, they talk about like, where does this advice come from? Who are we sponsored by? Like, how does that work? We don't make money on Social Security.
Yeah.
I get no benefits from talking about Social Security, but it does matter how it fits into an overall financial plan. We manage money for our clients in a holistic financial plan that covers income, taxes, estate plan, investment strategies, risk management, long-term care, Medicaid, or Medicare planning. All of those things factor into a comprehensive retirement plan. But when it comes specifically to Social Security, this advice is given so you make the right choices, not because there's some back-end deal or sponsorship that we're part of. So that's worth note, is that Social Security is not a money maker for any advisor, really. But it's more about just helping you understand the rules and try to play to win.
It's important to the person that you're helping them figure it out. It's a big part of people's retirement income plan. Even if you've got $5 million, you want that $30,000, $40,000 you're expecting to get from Social Security every year because you paid into the system so long.
This is just part of income planning and being a fiduciary is having these conversations with people.
Well, Mike and his team, they are here to help you get some answers to your questions. Unfortunately, in a world we live in, when it comes to our retirement planning, it just continues to get more and more complex. But creating a plan that's clear and customized to your goals and simple for you to understand is what Mike and his team are ready to begin to help you with. So let's start the conversation. MichigansRetirementCoach.com is where you can go to do that. We also have links posted in the show notes. If you have questions about your overall retirement income and Social Security plan, Mike's here to help you get some answers. Again, it's MichigansRetirementCoach.com.
Thanks for listening to Michigan's Retirement Coach with Mike Douglas. To learn more, visit MichigansRetirementCoach.com.
Michael Douglas is an investment advisor representative of Stewards Wealth Planning LLC, a registered investment advisor. Financial professionals are not licensed in all 50 states. To find out if Michael Douglas is licensed in your state, please call 517-323-7526. Stewards Wealth Planning LLC is not affiliated with nor endorsed by the Social Security Administration or any other government agency and does not provide legal or tax advice. Annuity guarantees rely solely on the financial strength and claims-paying ability of the issuing insurance company. By contacting us, you may be provided with information about insurance and annuity products offered through Michael B. Douglas, NPN number 9650939.